All right, this is April, also known as Grandma. Today I want to mainly talk to the guys, and the name of this message is called Check Your Engines, Bro. Now, most people know that if your check engine light comes on, a lot of times that could be something major. And I'm just using the check engine light as a analogy as it relates to your heart, matters of the heart. All right, I'm from the South, and I discovered a while back that while when I was going to church, I would notice a lot of men would be out at the car washes washing their cars, and I noticed back then that a lot of men seemed to be idolizing their vehicles. They would, at all costs, it would have to be cleaned, polished, and just taken care of it so they could get notice and get that, bruh, let me take a ride in it and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I also noticed when a brother wrecked his car, if he wasn't injured, and let's say the car might have got totaled out, I also noticed this. They would actually weep. They would actually cry really hard. Now, keep in mind, they're not hurt. They're not concerned about getting fired from their job because their car is wrecked. No, it's because they will have missed opportunities with women, also known as a missed booty call. Yeah, I figured that out a while back, several years ago. Why would men be crying so hard like that? They're not going to lose their job. Huh. They use the cars to attract women. So that's what they were doing. Why they were crying so hard. They were not injured. They were not about to lose their job. They were just going to be out of commission. They couldn't ride around and impress the women. So I want to talk to today about matters of the heart as it relates to men. Okay, let's see, where am I going? Okay, we talked about the women being impressed. So a lot of times, even my own personal experience, I've dated a guy. This was years ago, and one day he came. At that particular time, he didn't have a car. His car was down, so he had borrowed. He said that it was his aunt's car, but I'm like, not too sure about this. He telling me it's his aunt's car. I don't really believe him. Why would he borrow his aunt's car just to come drive me around? So I knew that. I'm like, look, if he driving me around in his girlfriend's car, if I happen to let him drive my car, he gonna do the same thing. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about the matters of the heart. And also, this is with married men too. All these men are not single that would be out washing their cars. These would be married men as well as single men. How do I know? Because when I talked to the married women, I already knew that they wouldn't be at church because some of these were family members and non-family members, just friends. Their husband didn't hardly go to church. So, but what they did do every Sunday was make sure that that car was shining and polished up real good to get attention. Now, I'm always on this trying to get you to stop idolizing. Idolizing, idol. By the way, I'm gonna address this one last time. This gold Christmas tree that you see back, it's not a Christmas tree. I'm trying to tell you, it's not, because I like a lot of silver and gold. And I wouldn't dare get a Christmas tree, but this is just a decorative tree behind me that has been in my place year round. I don't decorate it. I love silver and gold. Not to the point that I'm worshiping it, but believe it or not, it reminds me of Abraham. Yeah. Abraham. Not only did they say he was rich, they said Abraham was very rich. So I know he had a lot of cattle, he had a lot of silver, and he had a lot of gold. So I'm planning on being very rich. I'm nowhere near it at this point, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with wishing and hoping and praying that the stuff that the other people leave as it relates to Abraham's relatives, if they don't claim it, I certainly am. Okay. So anyway, back to the situation with the men worshiping your car. So the question is, can your car save you from Rona? That's one of the questions. Rona has brothers and sisters that's going to be coming. We don't know when, but we do know Rona has some brothers and sisters that's going to be coming. Okay, so we're talking about matters of the heart and idolatry. Okay? It would be a good thing if you turned your heart to God. That's why I'm on this social media, to try to convince people to turn their hearts to God. Time is short. Just like in the days of Noah, where people were doing everything wicked. Now, we're doing it, but we're doing it on an exponential level. When I say we, I'm talking about mankind, because I'm a remnant. Do I sin? Somebody asked me this the other day. Well, do you sin? I said, of course I sin. I said, are you out of your mind? Of course. I said, but what really gets you in trouble, if you have a lifelong pattern, if you're even if you're hiding it from everybody, if you have a lifelong pattern of sinning, you're a sinner. But if you do something every now and then, that's not being known as a sinner. Look at all them people that lied in the Bible. Did they still get used by God? Of course. They were not habitual sinners. They were not habitual sinners. That's why they still were used by God, just like me. So, anyway, you need to cry out to God and ask for forgiveness at the end of the day. I've been asking you to cry out to God. I would like for you, as well as Jehovah would like for you, to do 2 Chronicles 7:14. That means, okay, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, I will forgive them of their sin, and I'll heal their land. Okay. That's what God wants you to do. Things are going to just constantly get worse and worse and worse. Okay, so let's say that, which they did the other day. Okay, yeah, they arrested the cop and charged him with murder. But the mother still had a dead son at the end of the day. I've been telling you, it's still going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay. On a personal note, I'm a remnant. If you don't know what a remnant is, it's the people that are sold out to God at all costs. Gone through hell and high water. All right. So this is, as you know, or you don't know, they're going to make these vaccinations mandatory. Okay. So you better be trying to, first of all, start eating the right kind of foods. Stop eating all this processed food. Eat a lot of dark green leafy vegetables. eat a lot of beans. It's called G-bombs. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, and seeds, also known as nuts. Okay, why am I unafraid of all of this stuff regardless? First of all, I know the history of my people. That's why the Marvel company made the superheroes. It was based on the household of Israel men. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the books were taken out. But you even know about Samson and David, how David killed a lion and a bear, I think. All of these were superhero acts. Oh, by the way, this is the true story. Okay, I was talking to my nephew one day, and I said, "Well, how did you manage to stay out of jail?" He said, "I've been in jail." I said, "Well, why did I never hear about it?" I said, "Well, what happened? Why did you go to jail?" He said, "Well, I had been writing bad checks." I said, "Oh, okay. So how did they catch you?" He told me that he had gone into the liquor store with a hot check, and the guy pushed a button and the doors locked him in. Okay, so at that point, he was hitting the buzzer to call the cops. This is a true story. He said when those doors shut, he turned around because he was terrified. He pulled the doors off of the hinges. I believe him because he's not a known liar. He said, "Aunt April, I pulled the doors off the hinges." I'm like, "What? You did?" And of course, I thought about Samson. One other thing. One day we were on a family outing, and we had to leave early. So one of the persons, this person got furious because these were children, okay, and a few adults. The child got furious because maybe the child was spoiled. I don't know, but anyway, we had to leave early, and the child's eyes started turning green, and more green. So everybody was like, we just started backing up. Like, oh, it's no, calm down, calm down. It's not that serious. But we started backing up. Now later on, I'm like, hey, that's what Hulk did when he got mad, and Hulk is a superhero. So I've been seeing these things and not really aware of the power that we have. And then I've been reading the Bible for years, and I've been knowing about the scripture where God said, "I told you you're God." So it's like, man. Okay. Anyway, so these are some of the advantages you get to as a remnant. These people are sold out, and you're going to be seeing more of us because we've been kind of on the back burner, letting other people do their own thing. Okay, these are the benefits of Yah's remnant. I'm still talking to the guys about matters of the heart. We're going to be teleporting. We're going to have immunity from diseases. We're going to be provided for supernaturally. We're going to be defying death. And we're going to be operating in just a lot of superpowers. Also, sometimes we're going to have to run. Literally. That's why Jesus said flee. Flee is the synonym for run. So look up why Jesus said run, run, run. And he also prayed in two different prayers that he was praying that the Lord would not take them out of the world, but to leave them here. That defies all added rapture scriptures. I try to stick with what Yeshua said. He said, don't take them out of here, because he knew that that meant death. So I believe that I'm going to be left behind. I know I am. He's not coming, by the way. He's not coming this coming down in the clouds. Now, when he does come back, he's going to be a slow moving, slow descending Yeshua They said the same way you saw him going up is going to be the same way you see him come down. Now, when they saw him going up, he didn't just vanish and disappear. He's not going to up here, down there. He's not doing it, people. They added that. It's like they took our books and whitewashed them. Okay. So, okay, these are the advantages of the booty call. Okay, that's the whole thing why you doing all this with your cars. You get sex, 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 and more sex for a moment of pleasure, then it's gone. You still have to deal with Rona and all her family, starvation, being killed off, medicine that rots the penis off. Literally, it's one out there. I told you about it. It's in another video. Being gunned down, and very little penalty to the murderers. So, the choice is yours. A booty call or a downfall.